studied abroad in China this past summer. It was pretty cool. I learned a lot, and I am making a video series on topics about studying abroad, living in China, and the logistics of it all, in case you're planning to travel to China yourself or just plain curious about this kind of stuff. Enjoy! Hello everyone, my name is Mallory, and today I'm going to be talking about squat toilets. Perhaps one of the most worrisome things about traveling to foreign lands. I was definitely terrified the first time I had to use a squat toilet in China, but don't fear them. They're actually not that bad once you do it the first time. In China, it is BYOTP culture. Bring your own toilet paper. Not all restrooms actually supply toilet paper, and if they do, the toilet paper is actually outside of all of the bathroom stalls. Therefore, make sure you always have on you a pack of tissues, or even just bring a whole toilet paper roll with you. We would do that sometimes if we were running low on tissue packs and we just had a lot of toilet paper running around. We would just go off to class and stick a whole wad of toilet paper into our backpacks. Also, random note, toilet paper rolls in China don't have they're not like a donut. They're just a solid mass. You can't really put them on anything. It just has to kind of sit there on your counter or whatever, which is just interesting. And I don't know why that's a thing, but I remember the first time we bought a big, 12 pack of toilet paper and brought it back to the dorm and then opened it. I remember we all just laughed because it just looked so funny to us. Just this mass of toilet paper. I would also highly recommend you bring hand sanitizer with you, as a lot of public restrooms also do not supply soap, just water. So when it comes to actually using a squat toilet, what do you do? Be aware that typically there is a step up into the actual stall itself. So remember that when you're coming out of the stall, because a few times we would forget about that step and would kind of almost fall out of the bathroom stall, which is kind of embarrassing and potentially very dangerous. So just be aware, you're gonna step up typically, and then you're gonna step down. Chinese bathroom stalls are also really nice because the stall doors and walls go all the way down to the floor, but they're also really nice because they make it so that the cracks between the door and the wall are so tight that you can't see out and people can't see in. It's great, it's wonderful. I don't know why America doesn't do this. Typically, when you go into the bathroom stall, you do your business facing the sort of hood of the squat toilet, which I think helps with preventing splashback. So typically that means you're also going to have your back to the door, which can seem a little scary to have, your exit behind you where you can't see it, versus how we're used to usually in Western bathrooms facing the door or being able to see the door. So just make sure that your door is securely locked before you go into the stall. Be careful because oftentimes the floor in a squat toilet stall can be very, very slippery, often because the flush can be very strong for some toilets, but also because sometimes people miss. So just be careful when you are maneuvering around a toilet. Some stalls, but this is very, very rare, and I only saw it literally at one public bathroom that we were at. Some stalls will have a small ledge for you to put your bag on, but also this ledge was so tiny, it didn't even actually fit my bag on it. Do be prepared that you're going to have to juggle and hold all of your stuff because the doors often don't have hooks on them either. So if you're going to the bathroom with a friend, it might be a good idea if you have a lot of stuff with you to take turns going to the bathroom so you can hold each other's stuff. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to go in there, hold all your stuff, and just have some extra complications. But everyone does it, you get used to it, you figure out a system, but especially make sure you take out your toilet tissue before you squat down and start everything. That way you are not fumbling around and are squatting and opening your bag and trying to get things out. Therefore, you're not going to risk dropping things into the toilet or onto the floor. And then you do the deed. So you pull your pants down, you squat, and then depending on your stream, you pull your pants forward or backwards, just get them out of the way, and you do your business. You'll have to figure out after the first couple times how or where your stream goes and adjust appropriately. Not everyone's stream is perfectly straight. And this is definitely the most scary and most vulnerable part of the whole squatting to do your business experience, because you are literally butt naked and your back is to the door, and it's a very strange position, especially if you're holding bags and stuff, but you will learn to adjust, and after the first time, it really isn't that bad. So after you've done your business, after you've gotten your toilet tissue and you've used it, here's an important thing. Do not flush your toilet paper or your toilet tissue. In every stall, there is a little waste basket that you will see other people have thrown their toilet paper in. Put yours in there too, because throwing it down the actual chute of the squat toilet is really bad for the pipes. The Chinese sewer system, waste system, apparently can't handle non-natural waste, so do yourself and everyone in the long run a huge favor by throwing your toilet paper into the waste basket. I forgot about this, I think, the first 2 or 3 times I was using a restroom in China. You're probably gonna forget about it a couple times until you get used to it, but definitely do throw your tissue into the waste basket because you don't want to be the person who starts a clog. Once you're done, stand up and flush. Some stalls have pedals or buttons near the floor or on the floor that you can step on, and some have buttons on the wall that you can push. So just kind of look around and see if there's anything that looks like a flush button or pedal. Do make sure though that you stand as far away from the toilet as possible when you are flushing it, because some toilets have unexpectedly very strong flushes, and because a squat toilet is on the floor, sometimes the water can whoosh out of the toilet and get your feet very wet. So stand in a far corner just in case. Then unlock the door, open it up, step down off of the ledge and go to the sink to wash your hands. And then after that, use your hand sanitizer if there was no soap available. And huzzah, you have used a squat toilet. And after the first time, it's really not that scary. I actually learned to prefer the squat toilets over the Western style toilets, because squat toilets, you don't have to touch anything besides the door and potentially the flush button if it's on the wall. They're also just a lot quicker, I feel like, typically, and you don't have to sit on a seat that someone else has sat on, or you don't have to spend time putting toilet paper on the seat before you sit on the seat. Also, kind of a random tip, but just something that we figured out, is that in very large bathrooms that have many stalls in them, if there is a long line of people or a lot of people are waiting to use the bathroom, the Chinese people will actually spread out kind of among that sort of hallway in between the stalls, either the wall and all the stalls or the stalls that are on both sides of the wall, and just kind of spread out and wait and just take an open stall that's near them. So queuing up, lining up doesn't really apply to those types of situations. So if you want to use the bathroom and you need to use the bathroom and you notice that people are kind of just standing among the stalls waiting around and just jumping into one even if they weren't technically the first person in line, suss that out and just do what the other people are doing. Basically, get pushy if it looks like other people are being pushy to use the bathroom. Sometimes you will have a Western style toilet in larger or sort of more upscale restaurants or public venues for handicap purposes. That is all I have for this video, which is part of my Benjamin A. Gilman Scholarship follow-on service project, since I did receive a scholarship that helped me afford studying abroad in China. If you are interested in studying abroad and are a university student, consider applying for a Gilman Scholarship to potentially help you afford studying abroad. I will leave a link to their website in the description box below. So with that, if you have any questions about this video or more questions about squat toilets in general, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and share it wherever you see fit. And if you would like to continue seeing more videos from me in the future, just hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next video. So in the meantime, stay fabulous.